Subtlety Rogue in Season 1 is brutally simple and brutally punishing if you don't do your rotation properly. Your whole DPS lives inside Shadow Dance windows now. Miss the timing and you lose half your damage. Nail the timing and you'll be topping parses. On this guide I'll be showing you exactly which talents to take, how the new Apex talent changes everything, how your tier sets impacts your talents and damage, and how to set everything correctly. So let's get right on to it. Okay, so Subtlety has been refocused. It's burst centric around Shadow Dance, and several old anchors, like Symbol of Death, are gone. The spec is cleaner and simple to use, but a little bit more punishing if you don't do the rotation properly. That means your job is set up, enter dance, execute perfectly, and reset. The new Apex talents and a few talent reworks make your dance window both stronger and more repeatable if you use them correctly. So let's go through the talents of the Season 1 build. So we are gonna go through the talents that are most important right now and the ones that you should have and why you should have the talents. We are gonna go through what each talent does, but you basically want to have the talents that impact the Shadow Strike path, that improves your Shadow Strike inside dance, because it's your greatest generator in burst windows. After that you want to always utilize Secret Stratagem, so you have another max combo point on your finishers, so your finishers deal on top of that 5 increased damage. After that you want to always use Finality, because Finality improves your eviscerate in Black Powder. This is good even for single target and for AoE in all situations. Of course, you always want to also have the improved Secret Technique. Secret Technique, it's your primary burst finisher, and the most important part right now, it's the Apex talents. So your Apex talents are the most important part here, because it literally changed everything that you were basically doing now. The last guide that I did, the rotation was completely different of where it is right now, and we are gonna go through the rotation and everything, because this basically changed everything that we were doing. We basically had a fixed rotation until now, and after this Apex talents implementation, you basically want to do your rotation depending on your procs, because if you have one proc you basically do one thing, and if you have another proc you do another thing. As you're gonna go through on the rotation in a second, and you're gonna see everything. Another talent that we want to use always, it's Dark Shadow, because the Dark Shadow increases on Shadow Dance, increases basically all abilities damage by 10%, and Shadow Strike and Shuriken Storm damage by an additional 10%, which is completely busted. After that, you always want to use Restless Strikes, because your finishers generate 5 energy per combo point spent, and of course that's very good, because we always want to have the energy flow going and improve resources that basically give us more energy. It's always good, because you basically on AoE you're basically gonna have always 100% energy, like it was on the War Within. And after that you always want to utilize Master of Shadows, because again, Master of Shadows gives you 30% energy over 3 seconds when you enter stealth or activate Shadow Dance, so that's really good. So you want to utilize these two talents together. And of course, one of the most important talents that you want to use right now, and it's going to basically do one of the most impacting parts on your burst windows, it's the Deepening Shadows. Deepening Shadows basically increases the time of your Shadow Dance duration by 150% of your haste stat. So you basically want to have around 30% haste, because 30% haste gives you 3% more 3 seconds more Shadow Dance, and with that haste you basically can do 2 secret techniques inside the Shadow Blades, and that's what we want to do basically. That's the goal that we want with the haste. So this is the talents that we are using on Mythic Plus. This is basically the builds that I was using before. Basically didn't change much. So for single target, this is the build that you want to use. Of course, Trickster, it's much better for single target, and it was even buffed the last week. So as you guys know, no buffs are gonna be done until the 24th of March, because they're gonna try to see how the first week of raiding and everything goes in the Mythic Zeros. So if your class is good, congratulations. If your class is bad, well, play Rogue. So yeah. So basically for the stats, what do you want? You want Mastery, Crit, Haste, and Versa. So for the haste you want to always have at least 30%, because as we talked before, you want to utilize the other talent that gives you more Shadow Dance time, and with 30% of haste you basically gain 3 seconds more of Shadow Dance, which is very good. And with that haste also you can basically do 2 secret techniques inside Shadow Blades. That's basically what you want to utilize and have in mind. So that's basically the stats that you want. So for the rotation, as we can see when we enter the burst window, we basically want to watch for these black marks, 2 marks on the screen, because that tells you when your apex talent is activated, your last apex talent, when you have 4 points on the apex talent, and which basically gives you the full combo points again. As you can see, it's the rank 3 after attacks that generates combo points. If you have 5 or more stacks of shadow techniques remaining, your next damaging finishing strike will spend them and generate combo points up to your max. And that's what you want to utilize when you have this proc. You're gonna see always when you have this proc, it shows before it happens. As you can see on the screen, when you have this green, these black things on the screen, after you spend combo points on a finisher, it's when you have the full combo points again. So that's basically what you want to do. You want to basically see if you have the DeathStalker's mark active. If you have the DeathStalker's mark active, you want to do black powder. But if you don't have the DeathStalker's mark active, you want to spend those full combo points on the Darkest Night, because the Darkest Night, even on AoE, it basically improves the black powder after you use the Darkest Night, because you're gonna consume the Deathstalker's mark after you consume the Darkest Night. So that's really good, and that's basically the change of the rotation itself. You want to utilize the apex talent at max. Whenever you have the apex talents, you know that you're gonna have full combo points after. So that's really good, and that's basically what you want to do. But let's go through the burst opener. The burst opener, it's literally the same that it was before on the other that I showed on the other guide. And as we can see, it's basically you go Shadow Strike, Shadow Dance with Shadow Blades, you're gonna go Secret Technique, and after that it's just you're gonna go see the procs, of course, as we talked about. If you have the Apex Talent proc, and you're gonna see if you have the Darkest Night or not. And after that you want to consume the DeathStalker's mark. That's basically it. You're gonna go around that and play around that, basically. I really like the change that they basically did to the Subtlety playstyle because of the Apex talents, and with the tier set everything is gonna be amplified, because the tier set is gonna basically do more damage with your Apex talents, so everything is gonna be amplified, and it's gonna be very good, I think. So I believe you're gonna have a really good time here. So we are gonna go through the tier sets right now, and the tier set for Subtlety, the 2-piece basically gives you your finishing moves to deal 1.5% more damage per combo point spent, which is really good. And for the first set, Shadow Blades has a 4-second increased duration, and your attacks causes your attacks to deal an additional 6% as shadow damage. So as I said, everything is gonna be amplified when you have the tier set, and I believe it's gonna be really fun to see how Subtlety plays on the raid and everything on the Mythic Plus when everything opens. Right guys, so this guide comes to an end. I hope this guide helped you in any form possible. If it did, please drop a like and subscribe, that will really help me. The next guide is going to be Outlaw Guide, so make sure you don't miss that. Make sure you are subscribed with the notice on. My name is Mujget and I see you on the next video.